Raptors Digest. How's it going? Welcome back. I got to make sure everything's properly set up here. I'm just going to read my levels quick to make sure that my microphone is properly connected. I think we're good. So guys, if I'm coming through clear, let me know. But we have a game right now and not a pretty first quarter. This is horrendous at the moment. 30-13 is the score. Dame Lillard and Norman Powell are not in the lineup tonight for Portland, but somehow we are behind big. And Chris Boucher, I gotta say, doing his thing early to make a difference and dent this Portland lead. Look at him out there shooting threes, chasing down the offensive rebounds. His game is back and everyone is so happy to see it. And we already got a big super chat out here. Shout out to my guy, Marcel Martin. And Marcel's saying in the super chat, Josh, I'd like to say it's not how you start, but it looks like we're already finished. Come on now, Marcel. Don't even go against your own words here. This is a very manageable comeback at the moment. The current score is 33-15. So, I mean, it's the end of the first quarter. We have a whole game ahead of us. We started off on the wrong foot, but we got 17. We're down by 17 points. But you know what? Sorry, 17 points. 8 points. No. We're down by 18 points. Oh my God. Clearly I didn't do my math properly. I'm getting a call from Ramaz right now. It's distracting me a little bit. Ramaz, save it for the hot takes segment, all right? We'll be there in a moment. And I'm seeing something about Tom Moreau saying maybe this delay was football related. It actually wasn't. I do have a job interview tomorrow, so I was prepping a case question for that. So I'm sorry for the little bit of a late start here. But I guess the first quarter really wasn't worth watching for the most part anyways. But hey, I'm here when it matters now, and Marcel, you know it's not about how you start, it's how you finish, and I think we're far from finished right now. Calculating the deficit there kind of broke my brain for a moment. But I'm happy to have everyone back in the chat. This has been a ton of fun recently. For those who didn't catch it, Marcel Martin did host a live with me the other night. I can't stop talking about how electric it was. I promise you guys we will be doing that again soon. And we already have how many viewers right now? We already got 60 viewers. So if you're in this, drop a like spike, help out the channel, make your presence felt early. It's always appreciated. And I got my animations all mixed up here. Kind of a hectic start to this one, but you know, the Raptors are throwing off their game. I'm throwing off my game a little bit right now. That's all right. Okay, there we go. I think this is the issue here. Apologies for this, guys. Oh. There we go. Think we're good now. Let me test out the like spike. There we go. We fixed it up. So yeah, this has been a pretty ugly start to the game. Let me read out who the scorers are for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet was really struggling in that opening quarter. He has 5 points, but he's 1 of 8 from the floor. That's not good. That is not good at all. And then OG Anunoby, 8 minutes, 0 points. Gary Trent Jr., 8 minutes, 0 points. You can see I have Gary Trent Jr. to get at least 20 points in this matchup. It's the former team bet. I had to. It's just sports psychology. When you're facing your ex-team, you tend to play better. I had to hit it. And plus, they were lowballing him at 13.5. Or at least I thought so. Because right now he has 0, so I'm not looking great in any regard. But the Raptors are sure to get rolling soon. Oh, no. Another turnover, a double dribble by OG. Guys, I know OG's done a ton of work on his ball handling, but it's so far from... Sometimes I hear people say some crazy things about OG Anunoby. He is not ready to be a primary ball handler, and I don't think at his best in his career, he should ever be one. Let him play off ball. Oh my God. The Trailblazers, they cannot miss at the moment. Oh, 36-15, the current score, ladies and gentlemen. That is not good. Gary Trent Jr. from 3 just misses that. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes, and they're saying an offensive foul. Oh, no. What? Bro, this is a sick joke. Scotty Barnes didn't do anything. He got the rebound and put it back in. Are they saying that was a push-off? That's so soft. So soft. The Raptors absolutely robbed there on a putback bucket for the rookie Scotty Barnes. So the Trailblazers have it back. They shoot the 3. I think that's Ben McLemore. And then they rebound it, put it back up, and miss. Thank God. Raptors got to clean this up. This is horrendous at the moment. Chris Boucher to Scotty Barnes from 3. Misses that, and it's rebounded by the Trailblazers. They're going back up court. Raptors can't buy a bucket right now, guys. What is going on? That's the wrong animation. I got to put my ice on. We are cold at the moment. Not the way you want to start, but the way we're going to finish is not yet determined. So, and as I say that, the Trailblazers, Macklemore knocking down another 3. Am I wrong? But I'm pretty sure Macklemore played on our team for a little bit. I'm like fairly certain he did. It might have been in our championship season or the one just after. It was like very close to that time. And I think he only suited up for a few games, probably spent the most of it with the 905. But I'm pretty sure. Ramaz, I can see him DMing me right now saying to Tank, he wants to break out the kazoos. This is insane. Some of our worst games have happened on home court this year. And that's kind of, I don't need to tell you, it's sad. I know it's an empty stadium right now, but still, come on now. Take a little bit more pride. We got another super chat by Marcel Martin. He's out here putting in the work, working harder than the Raptors. He says, the way we're playing, do you think Nick Nurse will go deep into the bench? I think at some point, yeah, because if it turns out to be a blowout game, which right now it's on pace to be, don't get me wrong. I think the Raptors will like throw some punches back and get into this, but this has been a horrendous start. Like nothing short of horrendous. So if it continues to open up like this, I don't know why he wouldn't. I think if we're getting close into the game again, he won't go deep into the bench. I think he truly believes his starting 5 to 8 players he wants to deploy off the bench. I think that he's got his top 7 guys that he's just going to run with. However, if it's consistently a 20-point deficit, I think he'd be ridiculous not to go into the bench. So we'll see where things go. If we don't recover, I'd say if we don't recover marginally by halftime, if we're not down by if you can get it to within 10, 12 points at halftime, I think that he'll probably keep rolling with the starters. But if we fail to do that, he'll probably open the gates fully on the bench and let a bunch of reserves come out. Maybe we'll get a Justin Rodman sighting, Marcel. But shouts out to Marcel Martin, the legend, for the super chat. Appreciate it. And guys, we already have close to 80 viewers in here. If you're watching, do me a big favor, drop that like spike. Help us get that like button up early. Man, oh man. So who's going off right now on Portland? So Simons, he's been really good. He's definitely one of the more athletic players in the league. His last few, I want to say 15 games or something, have been nuts. He's scoring close to 20 points per game. He's been clutch. He's always been an insane athlete, but now putting together the game a bit more completely. And the Trailblazers are lucky to have him. Where do you guys see the ceiling on Simons? I don't think he's going to be a crazy star in the league or anything. I really don't. But he is an interesting player. He's got the attention of a lot of people this year. And Monte Cristo asking, think we will see a Malachi Flynn sighting? I don't know. I definitely wouldn't hate that. We'll see. He's instant offense, so you got to hope. You got to hope because it seems like that's what we really need off the bench right now. I feel like we have good defensive depth. I've never questioned that. But in terms of offensive production, the starters go from top 3, and immediately when we're using the bench, we're in the bottom 3 for offensive production. Malachi Flynn, whether or not he's passing the ball, shooting threes, he's going to roll the dice and try to create offense. He deserves more benefit of the doubt than he's got this season. And for anyone that missed the hot takes segment last game, my co-host on Leafs Digest, Zach Phillips, called in and went off on Eric Flynn, Malachi's father, who's been typing on Facebook some pretty harsh feelings that he's experienced towards Nick Nurse. But then again, I actually tend to understand it a little bit. But I think the majority of people do side with Zach where they're like, okay, sit down and let your son be the pro. This isn't your bone to pick. And then, oh my God, who got that bucket there? Oh my God, the Trailblazers are all over us. 41-15, 10 minutes left until halftime. This is... What? Bro, come on now. They are playing good. We are playing terrible, but, we got a Delano Banton sighting. So yes, Marcel, to answer the question, the deficit has gotten large enough that Nick Nurse is fully opening up the bench at the moment. Delano Banton getting some minutes for the first time in forever. I can't even remember the last time he was out there. He had a lot of leash in the beginning of the season. Then it went to Malachi for a brief moment, and then it's been with Justin Champagnie for the last 15 games or so. Chris Boucher misses the 3. He's already hit a couple this game. Delano Banton with the ball. Delano down to Chris. Chris fumbles it. That was a decent find by Delano Banton. Chris, he needs to corral that better. Banton putting on the defensive pressure. It's with Nasir Little. The Raptors turn it over. Good job. Scotty Barnes getting credited with the steal and then out of bounds off of Little. It should be staying with the Raptors, no? Or is that off of OG's fingertips? Oh my God. 2 possessions in a row for the Raptors where you give up the ball. Delano Banton hitting it, Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher can't hold on to it. Turnover, and right there, just off of the fingertips of OG Anunoby. What is going on? Literally, they're not even forcing you into mistakes. Just catch the ball. Barnes covering Dennis Smith Jr. DSJ shoots and misses. OG Anunoby fights for the rebound and gets it. Pascal Siakam, the all-star hopeful, bringing the ball up the court. Gives it to Scotty, the rookie. Back to Pascal. He's going to go to work in the post. They're threatening the double. They're threatening like a triple team here. Pascal drives, kicks it to Chris, down to OG. OG pump fakes. Chopping up with the dribble, shoots the long 3 off the front of the rim, misses. But Chris Boucher, good job tapping it out. Gets it to Banton in the corner. He shoots the 3, and that's way off. Oh, Delano Banton needs to work on the pull-up 3. Great job. Scotty Barnes getting the block. That Trailblazer just lost his handle on that ball completely, but credit Scotty Barnes with the defensive play. I'll take any kind of spark right now. Take the D to the O. Barnes covered by Dennis Smith Jr., and now it's with Chris Boucher. Gives it to Siakam. Come on, Pascal. Gets rejected, and that's an offensive foul. I mean, it sucks. He kind of did push off. Bro. I mean, he was getting blocked anyways. This is tough. And we got Marcel Martin right now dropping another super chat, doing what he does. He's saying, I don't want to see any more threes. No more. And then Tom Moreau piping up too, saying, where's the cutting? You know, there's so many questions about this offense right now, but the last few three-pointers we've attempted are just ridiculous. That Delano Banton one was like, you know, as soon as it left his hands, I knew it wasn't going. It was that off. Not what you like to see, but hey, shout out to my guy Marcel Martin for dropping another super chat. It's always appreciated, Marcel. And currently we got how many viewers? Close to 90. If you're watching this, hey, OG Anunoby. Let me put on my flames as well. OG Anunoby getting the dunk there in transition. But if you're watching this right now, make your presence felt. Drop a like spike. Help grow the channel. Get more and more viewers in here. Like I always say by playoff time, I really hope we have all the Raptors Nation in here getting the viewing party going. But for now, we got to battle through the regular season. And if we're losing to teams like the undermanned Portland Trailblazers, then I do have some big questions about what's going on in Toronto. But hold on. Game's not done. As Marcel always says, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. But right now, the Portland Trailblazers cannot miss. Like I said, no Dame, no Norm Powell. There we go. Delano Banton. Trashed on him for a little bit of a second there. I said that shot was... I knew it was off the second it left his hands, but there he goes. Redeems himself with a corner 3 on the exact opposite side of the floor. The score is 45-20. So down by 25 points. This is out of hand to say the least. But the Raptors, they're clapping their hands as they're walking off. They want to keep the energy high. Let's see if we can get an answer out of them. This has been terrible to begin with. So Nasir Little already with 10 points on the Trailblazers. McCollum has 7. Simons has 8. So those are the top 3 leading scorers on that side. And then on the Raptors right now, it's Chris Boucher has 8 points. Van Vliet has 5 on horrendous shooting. 1 of 8 from the floor. And Scotty Barnes currently has, like I said, he has 0 points in 14 minutes. And he's played the most on the whole team tonight. Come on now. He does have 2 assists and 3 rebounds. So if you guys followed the last game that we live streamed, you know that Scotty Barnes' assists was what ruined my parlay. But hey, it's tough to predict this guy's score lines. It really is. He's a rookie, so it makes sense. But I've hit some big ones on Scotty this year, but also missed some when I really felt like, you know, the stars were aligned for it to happen. And Scotty just, I don't know. He's a little bit inconsistent. He's gone through a couple slumps, but overall, like, he's been one of the best rookies for sure in the league this year. I definitely still have him winning the Rookie of the Year race. And guys, even though I had to page Fred VanVleet on that ugly percentage right now, I do also need to make the case for him to be an all-star.
If
If you guys are watching this, man, go and vote for Fred VanVleet. He deserves to be an all-star weekend. Send this man. Help it happen. Mike Chaffee in the chat saying, shooting 21%. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mike, I'm not, but I wish I was. It's ugly out there. Let me see what other advanced stats are going down on the game right now. So it's 6:50 until halftime, and of course we have the hot takes segment, which you guys do not want to miss. We will be opening it back up with Marcel's Minute. And speaking of Marcel's Minute, we got another super chat being dropped by the Bald Mamba. He's saying, this is what happens when you play a tight rotation and force 7 players to play heavy minutes for the past 10 games. So fatigue definitely being a factor here. Nick Nurse, even through our winning streak in early January, we rolled with like 7 dudes. It's like playoff basketball already for the Raptors. And to be fair, it's brought us some winning basketball, so I'm not against it. But it's an 82-game season. As Marcel points out, right now we're seeing some of the symptoms of fatigue. I can't disagree. I kind of back Nurse's decision to be like, nah, we got to play our best players. I want to get to the play-in tournament. Let's even put the bar a little bit higher, maybe at the 6 or 5 seed. For a moment, it looked pretty attainable. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, it's a shoe-in by any means. Look how we're playing right now. Obviously, I'm realistic, but I do look at rosters like Philadelphia, like the Hornets, even the Cavaliers, considering how shorthanded they are with injuries now. And I think the Raptors have some space to move up. So we'll see. We still have a winning record, but I do respect Nurse for the approach, but I do actually acknowledge and probably agree with Marcel Martin's point here that, you know, this is a byproduct of playing basketball that way. You're going to have some fatigue. But right now it's looking really ugly. The Raptors did have the night off yesterday, so the excuses aren't exactly abundant, but, you know, I do get it. And we got 102 live viewers. So, guys, make your presence felt. Drop that like spike. Help out the channel. Raptors have the ball. Oh, Delano Banton trying to feed Chris Boucher cutting down the middle, but great deflection there by the Portland Trailblazer defender. Chris Boucher with a really good start to this game. I mean, the only Raptor really being dialed in. He hit a couple three-pointers, got an offensive rebound putback, all that good stuff. So, happy to see Chris contributing and sort of reversing the angle of his season because, yeah, it looked pretty crummy there for a bit. Ooh, and Fred VanVleet. Okay, Portland's getting cocky. They just let him shoot completely uncontested from the corner from 3, and he knocks that down. No mistake about it, no doubt. 45 to 23, the current score. Raptors still have an uphill grind to go. Nurkic in the post. Kicks it out. It's with McCollum. Up to Little, and then to Ellaby. Ellaby shoots the 3, and nothing but net. Contested, too. He had a Raptor right in his face. Oh. That was a clutch bucket. Portland's 9 of 15 from three-point range. We got to slow that down. No other way to put it. And OG hits the little mid-range after the whistle's blown. 48 to 23 now. This is terrible, guys. I think I'm really on the same boat as Marcel. I think that the fatigue's catching up. I do not know if I would stop playing that tight rotation. Here we go. A technical? Fred VanVleet hits an open free throw there, so I believe that was a tech charge to Little potentially as he leaves the game, but we'll take the extra point. We need every little bit of statistical help we can get when you're currently down by this deficit. This is ugly. This is ugly. I got to take another look at the stats here. So on three-pointers, we're shooting 23%. They're shooting 60%. On free throws, I guess we have 3 of 3. That's an irrelevant category at the moment, but we're being out-rebounded, out-assisted. Same amount of steals, basically same amount of blocks. We've turned over the ball more. We're losing in a lot of these categories, and that's why the score is what it is. We turn over the ball again. Covington misses the 3. Thank God. It's out off of OG Anunoby's shoulder almost, but Fred VanVleet recovers it, dribbling up court. That was out off a Trailblazer. Okay, there we go. I didn't know much about this Ellaby guy until this game, and he's looking pretty nice. What's the rap on him? He doesn't look bad at all. Ramaz saying the Raptors don't deserve an all-star. They deserve one at least. They deserve one. You know, I'm not going to get too low right now. Let's see. I think the Raptors, believe it or not, will make this a respectable game. Portland scored double the points we have. So maybe I got to... Oh, and then Nurkic. Bro, what is going on? I still feel like the Raptors will make this somewhat competitive, but at the moment, we're just crumbling. Jeez. OG Anunoby with the ball. Feeds it down to Precious Achiuwa. Oh, backing down on Ellaby, but he loses the ball, and Scotty Barnes is there to recover it. He's going to jack the three. Come on, Scotty. Rebounded by Achiuwa, but loses it. Ellaby kicks it back out to McCollum. McCollum drives up the court. He's covered by Scotty Barnes. There we go. OG Anunoby picks it off. Great anticipation by him. And in transition, oh my God. Whew. OG Anunoby does not have a ton of smoothness to his game, but hey, I'll put on the Flames for a defensive play. Shouts at OG, picking off the ball. Attacking the rim on offense, just not really working out there. 50-24, the current score. Over double the points we've scored is how much we're losing by. To a team without Dame Lillard, without Norman Powell, who's on the road. Get serious, my boy. OG Anunoby. Oh, nice move. Oh! OG Anunoby. We needed that, guys. We needed that. If nothing else happens this game, I will remember that moment. OG Anunoby, right after I start saying some stuff about the work he needs to put in on ball handling, just an elite move. Like a spin to reverse layup offhand and one. And of course, he plays it off like nothing. He's like, whatever. I'm going to go shoot the extra. So OG Anunoby getting a big bucket there for the Raptors, but 50-26, come on now. OG Anunoby drills the extra shot, make that 27 points for the Raptors. We got 4:20 until halftime. So you guys know at halftime we have the hot take segment. You don't want to miss it. Marcel Martin will be opening it up with his Marcel's Minute rant, and you don't want to miss that. He gets fired up. He's got a lot to say about this game, I have no doubt. And then we start opening up the floor to other callers. I'm sure Magnetic will be calling in. You guys know the drill. I'll check my Instagram DM box when it comes time. At Josh D. Goodwin is where you can message me. Oh, Precious Achiuwa. Nice bucket there. All right, Precious. Raptors comeback in the works. And then as I say that, they feed the ball up court to Ellaby, who gets the pretty much the easy layup. Who is this guy? I knew nothing about him coming into tonight. Clearly I'm sleeping because he's playing really nice right now. Even defensively, he's got some energy. OG Anunoby's got the ball in the low post. Simons is guarding him. Kicks it out to Gary Trent Jr. I need a bucket from him. Misses that one bad, but he is fouled. All right, Gary. Okay, Gary with the new hairstyle tonight, too. Or I guess just the headband, maybe, but he's got a different swagger to him tonight. And I do have him on the bets, guys, so you can see right there. Let me know if you have any parlays of your own tonight, but I need Gary Trent Jr. at least 20 points and then a Siakam double-double. So we'll see what happens. But I think for how likely both of those things are to happen, okay, I know right now it looks bad, but pre-game, these seem like pretty decent bets, right? Siakam's been getting a ton of double-doubles. This is Gary's ex-team. He's coming back off of injury. He's had a lot of rest. I don't know. I tend to think this was a decent bet, and it's plus 1,000. It would be a massive hit, a huge hit. So pray for me, guys. I want it bad. We'll see where this one goes, but Gary Trent Jr. needs to get on his horse and get some buckets. He will be shooting a couple free throws when we come back, but 54-29, the current score. It's been ugly. Ugly. But I am excited for the hot take segment. Guys, don't go easy. Don't go easy. Remain respectful with the language and whatnot, but give us a piece of your mind. I want to hear what you think about this Raptors performance right now, which has us trailing by a monster deficit. Let's look across the NBA right now. Oh, also, oh my God, the Bucks almost came back and beat the Rams. No. Okay, low-key, I knew the Rams were going to win that game, but I wanted Tom Brady to win so bad, especially after he got hit in the face with that helmet. I think it was Von Miller, kind of hit him a bit high. He had that bloody face, and as soon as I saw it on the broadcast, I was like, that's about to be a meme everywhere, especially if he can come back. But unfortunately, we did not get that. It was a last-minute field goal that did it, too, for the Rams. No way. Huh. I didn't have any bets on that game, but guys, you let me know. Did you lose money? Did you win money tonight? Because that was an intense game. Shouts out the GOAT, Tom Brady. That sucks that he's out. I'm always going to root for Tom. No more Aaron Rodgers either. He was supposed to be the MVP this year in the NFL. His team's out. They lost to San Francisco. San Francisco took them out, and they also took out, who else was it? It was the Cowboys. That's right. Oh my God. Stephen A. Smith is definitely laughing like an evil villain right now at all the Dallas fans. And it's funny. They always say like Cowboys fans are only bad if they're not from Texas. Like the Cowboys fans that live in New Jersey, that's that's where the issue with the fan base is. Apparently that like the actual Texans that cheer for the team, I say Texans, which is weird because there's an NFL team called the Texans in Houston, but you get what I mean. People from Texas, they're okay to be Cowboys fans. They have the green light. But if you're from like New Jersey or somewhere in the Northeast and you cheer for the Cowboys, you probably belong in a mental institute. But anyways, back to this game. The Raptors are almost putting me in a mental institute at the moment. Nurkic backing down Precious Achiuwa. We could use a stop here, but instead Nurkic gets the tough bucket. What is going on? 56-30. Just over 3 minutes left. Oh my God. 24% field goal percentage. Oh, I know Mike Chaffee put it in the chat earlier, but it has not changed at all. We're still shooting a horrendous clip. Gary Trent Jr. kicks it back up to OG Anunoby, gives it to Fred. Fred driving to Barnes. He's going to shoot the three, and he misses that, unfortunately. Oh my God. And then Ellaby there to rebound it. Who is this Ellaby guy? Why is he like sneaky nice? I don't watch a whole lot of Portland Trailblazers basketball, but and then we almost get the steal, like literally gifted the ball, and we cough it up, and it's a three-pointer. No, I've had enough. I've had enough. The Raptors keep turning over the ball and rolling over. Like, they're not even putting pressure on you. That's been a huge issue. Gary Trent Jr., the ball fell in your hand, and you threw it to a guy who kicked it to the perimeter, and they hit a three. And then OG misses a three. He gets the offensive rebound. Oh, my. This is embarrassing. Yusuf Nurkic just cleaned OG off of the glass. If Ant hits this, God, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I really don't. I try to be a good person. I pay my taxes. Man. Gary Trent Jr. misses the three-pointer. Rebounded by McCollum. It's 62-30, guys. I don't even need to tell you. You can look at the scoreboard. It just hurts to say out loud. Susie in the chat pointing out what a mess this is. I can't even find a single positive thing to say. Oh, man. CJ McCollum chopping up Yuta there. Oh, that... CJ McCollum so cold, man. What is... All right, we're about to become Portland Trailblazers Digest after this because they own the Raptors. Doing this to us in Toronto, doubling us up on the scoreboard at halftime, essentially. Like, oh, God. And the way they've done it. The Raptors hurting themselves, and the Portland Trailblazers cannot miss at the moment. Oh, Nick Nurse is going to peel the paint off the walls in the change room at halftime with how much he's going to be screaming at this team. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I can't find a single positive thing to say either. I agree with Susie. This has just been tough to watch from start to halftime, and that's all we have right now to go off of. So a better second half. It won't even guarantee us a win. We're down by over 30 points. Maybe we'll get a moral victory in the second half, but I think this team already feels morally crushed at this point. Who is Ellaby, and why does he own the Raptors right now? Man. Guys, I need you to call in on hot takes. I need it. I need to hear what the people think. I know Marcel is going to have a ton to say about this one. The hot takes are going to be popping off. Make sure that you contact me to get on live stream at half. At Josh D. Goodwin is my handle. Send me a DM. I'll send you a voice call. You can talk through the microphone. and let the hot takes spew. Remember to be respectful, keep it around a minute or so, and give me your keys to the second half of this game. I don't even know at this point what the keys would be other than just like figure it the hell out. But there we go. Trailblazers missed that shot there. I think that was Ant Simons that missed. Fred VanVleet fakes the three, gets it right back from Achua. Oh, that was a nice pass, but then, okay, we get the ball back after it was loose. Fred VanVleet on the perimeter. He's going to shoot over Nurkic. Misses that, and OG Anunoby tries to put it back, but you know, Tom Moreau, we always talk about how precious Achua has the oven mitts on out there. OG Anunoby low-key does too. And I'm not going to get too low on OG. I know everyone loves OG Anunoby, right? Like, I don't think that there's going to be much OG slander tolerated. I got another call coming in from Ramaz. Ramaz, give it a second to the hot take segment, man. That's when you got to call in and sound off. We're almost there. I got a whole 12 seconds left of horrendous basketball before we are there. We always got to open up with Marcel's minute too, but Ramaz, you definitely got to call back and get your hot takes in as well. Fred VanVleet ends up with Gary Trent Jr., knocks down the three. Okay, there we go. And then throws the whole length of the court and misses. I don't even know why I thought that half court shot was going to go in for the Trailblazers. They just have missed nothing. So right now, the score is currently, let's see, 64-31. Just a sick joke. Or I guess 34 because Gary just hit that three-pointer. But guys, it is bad. It is ugly as an understatement right now. So I'm going to give Marcel Martin a call. And then Ramaz is going to hop on. Then we also got York Baller. And I think another guy wanted to hop on tonight to talk. I got to find him in the DM box. But we got a few people lined up for the hot take segment. So I'm going to play the animation one more time. And I'm going to get in contact with Marcel for Marcel's minute. Where's my guy? Ramaz, give me a second. I got to get Marcel on first. We always open up with his minute. Here we go. Marcel saying he's about to sound like Stephen A. Drop that like spike for Marcel. I'm excited for this. I think it should be calling. I don't know why. Maybe it's not going through. Okay, going on to data here. Let me try this again. Marcel, trying to get a hold of you right now. It's not quite working. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's telling me the... Hold on. It's telling me the call failed. Okay. Some technical difficulties going on right now. Okay, I'm going to shut my Instagram and open it back up. Come on now. There we go. Marcel.
Okay, let's get into it. If Fred VanVleet takes another go-ahead three when there's 20 seconds left of the shot clock, I'm just cutting the stream and going to bed early. I got work tomorrow. I'm not trying to go to bed watching this throw up every three we think we can take and making less than 30% of them, while the Portland Trailblazers, without any all-star, I guess you could call CJ McCollum an all-star, I guess, but you ain't gotten... come on, bro. They're hitting every three. Is this the Golden State Warriors in disguise? Like, what's going on? We can't keep up on defense. We can't even get a good offensive set going. And, like, go into the paint. Get fouled. Get your points on the line. Stop throwing up threes. We can't make any. Bro, what is Nick Nurse doing? What is Siakam doing? What's Fred? What are we doing? Bro, it looks like the team is moving in slow motion. What are we doing?
Marcel, I needed someone to call in and light this thing up the way you just did because I'm beside myself right now. Like, even Susie's saying it in the chat, like, there's not one positive right now at the moment. The threes aren't going. We're not even driving. We're just coughing up the ball every time it lands in our hands. This is ridiculous, man. Like, there's a million and one things that could be the takeaway in the second half or the key to win the game, but at this point, that's out of sight. What does this team need to do to get a little bit of respect and integrity back in the second half?
What they need to do is as soon as halftime's over, they just start shaking the opponent's hands and head to the locker room, get on a plane, get ready for the next game. I'm being so dead serious. I know I'm Mr. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. We were finished after the first quarter. It was done. We threw in the towel. But I will say this, though. I was being serious when I said this is what it looks like when we play a tight rotation, heavy minutes. Now, I'm not saying Svi and Utah and all the other guys on the bench are the answer, but that gives the starters time to rest. They're looking like their legs weigh 100 pounds each out there. They're moving so slow on offense, and on defense, we can't even close out. They're not making it would be different if the Trailblazers were making tough shots. They're making open shots. We can't get we are moving at a snail's pace, and I'm about to punch a hole through my computer screen. I swear, bro.
Yeah, it's been insane. But you know what? So the takeaway for the second half is throw in the towel and burn the tapes and act like this never happened, because I don't even recognize this Raptors team at the moment right now. But Nick Nurse is definitely going to open up the bench and give some other guys a shot because the fatigue is catching up. You're definitely right on that. But Marcel, I got to get some other calls right now. You lit this up with Marcel's minute to kick it off, as you always do. But let's just pray for some better basketball here in the second half.
Man, I hope we can at least lose by 10 or maybe 15, because we probably get blown out by 30.
It's looking that way right now. But hey, we'll go for the little victories in the second half. And Marcel, thank you so much for calling in. Not a happy camper at the moment, but here we go. Ramaz's been calling me a couple times, so I'm gonna ring him back right now and get his opinion. He was saying tank earlier, and if this was the consistent image of the Raptors, I think you'd need to, but this is just an anomaly at the moment. Even at our worst, we haven't looked this bad. Try calling again. Okay, it's saying video chat failed. Reported problem. Okay, I'm going to give York Baller a call then quick. Let me see here. Okay, oh, hold on. Ramaz is calling me back. Ramaz, can you hear me? Hey, Ramaz? Okay. Okay, he's calling me back again. Ramaz, can you hear me? Yo, you there? Ramaz. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can even hear me right now. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. I don't know what's going on right now with the audio call. I'm going to give York Baller a ring. Okay, he's calling me again. Let's see. Ramaz, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, here we go. Finally, we get it to connect. So, Ramaz, what's up, man? What do you think of that first half of basketball? Disgusting. I'm getting another call. I need to hold on to this for a sec. Do you have any input on what we should do in the second half to try to get some respect back? Because at this point, it seems like the whole fan base is like checking out on what Nick Nurse is doing with this group.
Don't take threes.
Don't take any threes.
Don't take any stupid threes. Take open threes. That's it.
Fair enough, man. We're hitting absolutely nothing at the moment, and the Trailblazers cannot miss. You got anything else to sound off?
We always let these role players, below average, bench players, destroy us.
That is true. As much as the Raptors can get torched by stars every once in a while, for the recent past, it's mostly been role players that end up killing us when we give too much star attention. But right now, there's not even stars on the court for the Portland Trailblazers. It feels inexcusable. So you got any other hot takes right before I go to another caller?
Fred's going to finish the game with 20 points.
Fred's going to finish with 20. All right, he's going to keep making that all-star case. Well, Ramaz, we won't tank yet, but we'll see how this game ends, man.
Yeah.
All right, see you, buddy. Okay, there we go. And I got to give York Baller a call back right now. If you guys are watching this, drop a like spike, man. Make your presence felt. It's always appreciated. York Baller?
Hello.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Good.
You're on live right now. So, what did you think of that first half of basketball?
Honestly, the thing with the Raptors is we're playing down to our competition.
Yeah.
I honestly think we're playing down to our competition, and it's a reoccurring theme. Only thing I could take from it is that we just need to really lock in. We've had a few of these bad games. It's been horrible.
Yeah, there's been some bad stretches of basketball for the Raptors. I can think of a few where it wasn't even close. I mean, we began the season getting blown out by Washington at home. There has been...
And the Detroit game, too. I mean, we've had... They're our kryptonite, but I just think we gotta... Yeah, it's something that we gotta clean up going forward. I mean, I'll take the positive that we're kind of like a fringe kind of team, and I understand we have our kicks and we have the bench issue, but this game, I don't know. If we can clean it up, I'm on the same boat as Marcel. We got to really clean it up.
Marcel, when Marcel says clean it up, he's throwing in the towel, man. He's beside himself with his team's effort at the moment.
I'll take our record, you know what I mean? If you look at the other teams at the bottom feeders, we're kind of like that fringe team. So we got some few things to do. The bench issue is noticeable, but we got Trent back, and I think we got to really just hone in on some attention to detail there, because that was awful.
Yeah, there was no attention to detail. They were letting it fly from everywhere, and we couldn't even grip a ball when it was passed directly to our hands. So, York, exactly. It's been an ugly one, man. You got any last final hot takes before I let you go?
No. I just think going forward, just gotta really, really clean things up, and bench guys need to, if they want minutes, if they want to make their fame, make their name, they gotta really settle in, man.
I need to see some more hunger. You're right, too. We got too many guys that need to prove themselves to be playing this way. But you know what? Just in general, it should not be. We got a winning record. This is getting out of hand. But York, thank you so much for calling in, man. I hope to hear from you more at halftimes for the hot take segment. And we'll hope for better in the second half.
No problem. No, right. I hear you.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
There we go. Another new caller. Love that, man. The hot take segment continues to heat up. So let's see. I think Magnetic wants to call as well. Okay, I'm gonna have Magnetic go right before we get back. There's a couple new callers that want to get in, so I gotta have some people speak. But Magnetic's been calling from the beginning, so we will have his opinion before he goes. Let's see. I'm gonna add in Ben Green here. So I don't know if you want me using your name on the live stream. Ben, how's it going?
Not too bad, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. I mean, I'm doing okay, but the Raptors are absolutely down by a crazy amount at the moment. What did you see in that first half?
Yeah, I've been saying for the past couple weeks that Ben's really high on the Raptors, think we're going to make the 4th seed, but I don't think that you can really even make it out of the play-in game if you don't have a bench. And the only way that I see us winning this game is if we have an entire offseason in between the first and second half. We need OG to live in the gym for 2 months. We need Scotty to work on that jumper. We need the whole bench to get switched out, although Boucher's been all right. Scary when Boucher's your best three-point shooter, but, we move on. But, I don't know what to say, man. If we end up winning this game, I'm going to give a 50 to a homeless guy on the street. I'm feeling generous if we win this one.
Man, I got to say, Ben, you just put it really well. I like the comment there about, in order for us to go and actually make an impact in the playoffs or get higher in the seeding, we need an off season between the first and the second half of what's gone on this regular season. And that would include OG Anunoby working on his skill game a little bit more too, because even though it's improved, man, there is so much more work to do there. So everything you said, I think, is completely spot on. You're definitely not in a perfect world when Chris Boucher is your go-to three-point shooter, but hey, we'll take any contribution off the bench for the time being. And do you have any final hot takes before I let you go for a new caller?
No, man, that's about it. I'm going to keep watching, but we'll see what happens.
All right, man. I'm going to be pulling for you to go give that 50 to a homeless guy.
All right, man.
All right. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
You too. Take it easy.
That was some good takes. That was some really good takes. So we got Henry that wants to come on as well. I'm seeing that in my inbox. I'm going to get Magnetic on quick because he's recurring. He's always calling in. But I'll try to get you in right before the second half starts. Oh, wrong button.
Josh,
Magnetic, how's it going?
I'm not too bad, man. How about yourself?
You know what? I'm not doing bad. Raptors have been better, though. What'd you see in the first half?
On the inside, but on the outside, all is well.
Exactly. So what'd you see in that first half of basketball?
I saw Precious Achua looking pretty good. I saw Chris Boucher looking very good. And that was about it. Like, that was the most pathetic first half I've seen the Raptors play in a long time. I can't lie there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need Jesus to win this one.
Man, the Raptors need God, that is for sure. But
Yeah.
it's a short list of positives from that first half. And besides praying to the heavens, do you have any other takeaways or keys to getting a better second half here?
I'd say it's bench time. You know, what do you got to lose, Nick Nurse? You haven't played them in like 9 games. Maybe, I mean, they just did an open gym on Svi Mihailuk. He's probably feeling pretty good. The Fiji, maybe get the Fiji water, get drunk on the bag milk.
Man.
You know, maybe see some Justin. Always DJ Wilson. Of course.
Always DJ Wilson. That's what we're really missing, man. Let's not beat around the bush. We need DJ Wilson back. But
We need that's it, man. That's all we have, right?
I love it, bro.
Malachi this would be the night for Malachi to like get some reps and maybe even just put like 12 points under him or something like that. Just a little confidence boost, help the bench grow a little bit because we're gonna lose games. We have 7-8 players every night. You need the bench. You need the bench. And there was a stat at one point in the first, and it said they had 17 points off the bench. We had 8. All those bench points were Chris Boucher.
Yeah, literally all of them. He's the only guy that was hitting shots for us, even with the starters in. It's been ugly, bro. But hey, Scotty Barnes just knocked down a 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even know it was back, but all right, I'm going inside, and as always, thanks for having me, and let's go Raps.
Of course, man.
It's a miracle.
We would need a miracle at this point.
I'll give $20 to a homeless guy too. We'll get on
there
the
you go. I'm with you guys. If we come
grade.
back and win, I will go give money to a homeless man as well. You know what? Maybe I'll just do it anyways. But the Raptors winning,
Right.
I'll wheel out a whole bunch of cash if the Raptors can win because I don't know if it can happen. But hey, we'll keep the good vibes going, man. Appreciate you calling in as always, Magnetic, and let's pray for some better things in the second half.
Thanks for having me as always. Go
Of course,
Raps.
man. I'll talk to you later. So, Henry, I know you wanted to call in. We had one other guy in my inbox, I think it was yesterday or after the last game, who wanted to give a call in. I couldn't get to you guys at this one, but message me again at next halftime, and I'll make sure that you guys get a moment to come on and give your spiel at halftime. But thank you so much to everyone who called in and made the Hot Takes segment a fun time, made it what it is always. It's become better and better, and I'm going to start using a Zoom link to get the audio quality better for those who call in. But right now, the Raptors are back in action. There we go. Portland's starting to miss 3-pointers here and there. Scotty Barnes did hit one to open up the half. And then there we go. Gary Trent Jr. misses that. It's rebounded by McCollum. Bro, we can't hit anything. We couldn't hit the broadside of a barn right now. This is terrible. And then, wow, Nurkic out there playing point guard. But, nice block. I believe that was that Achua or Anunoby? By the way, good defense by the Raptors. And then there we go. Siakam. Getting a bucket there and a little mid-range shove shot floater. I'd like to see that. And then Ant Simons is bringing back the ball for Portland. He's driving. Kicks it down. Wow, the baseline cut is wide open for Portland right now. We're putting so much pressure on the Trailblazers at the top of the key that they're just throwing it right down to the baseline, and they got a cutter ready to go. We got to address that. 66-40. We're down by 26 points. Pray for Toronto. And then OG Anunoby. Scoop shot reverse. But is that okay? It's a timeout. I thought for some reason they disallowed the bucket. I wouldn't have been surprised. We're getting no bounces right now. But that was OG Anunoby who got a block there. Ends up getting a bucket eventually. Siakam as well getting that floater. You know, it's Raptors are on their way back. I smell a comeback in the works. We'll see where this one goes, but you know what? Shouts out to Marcel Martin, my guy, lighting up the hot take segment. Yeah, I love for someone to come in. It's funny. He warned us. He said, I'm going to go off like Stephen A. Smith, and he did. I watched the Stephen A. Smith interview today with LeVar Ball when both of those guys were on ESPN, and oh my God, it was just a screaming fest. Like, one of the funnier clips that I've seen from them, but I'm also a big LeVar Ball fan. I don't really get irritated by him. I just enjoy the personality that he is. I feel like most people are like that with him now. And they have respect for him as a father. As much as he's like a helicopter parent, just like basically vicariously living through his child's sport, like getting an ego from the accomplishment of his kids. I think that's normal. He's obviously proud. But he's also been a great father. I get it's a bit of a controversial topic, how LeVar Ball carries himself, but you cannot deny that he's not entertaining. And you cannot deny that he didn't tell you so. He's got that printed on all of his clothing, all the Big Baller merch. I need a Big Baller hoodie. But I don't know. I'm not going to show too much love to the Ball family right now because our guy Fred VanVleet, I want him to really get into the All-Star game securely, and I do not want LaMelo Ball being a reason that Fred VanVleet can't get in. But we'll see. Hopefully there's room for both of them because I also do like LaMelo. Just no Kyrie, no D Rose. I don't want to hear any of that. Those guys do not deserve to be All-Stars this year, even though they are, respectively great talents, especially at different times in their career. And we got 120 viewers, but we're only at 42 likes. If you guys can help me out, get that like button somewhere up close to 100. As soon as it hits 100, I zip my mouth. I stop throwing out the like spike. But the sooner we get there, the less I need to throw the arrow on the screen. But I always appreciate when you guys like the video. Thank you so much for everyone who already does. Always gets us re-recommended. And like I say, by playoff time, I want to have all the Raptors Nation in here watching with us. So 66-42, the current score. Yeah, the chat's just been beside themselves this whole game. I've seen a few breakdowns of the prospects in this draft class. Clearly the tank is not off the table for some people. It's a dogfight in the East. It is a tough conference. For the longest time, it was the West. I still think the powerhouses in the West are like the top end talent resides in the West, but it's more consistent through the East, which is a big time change because for a long time, the West just had everything, like a harder schedule, better top end champions. But the East is, it was a big free agency for the Eastern Conference the past couple of years. Yeah, quick bucket there for Portland out of the timeout. They wasted no time. They seem to be retaining some momentum here, so the Raptors really need to dig deep. Pascal Siakam with the ball. We're looking a little complacent right now, and as I was saying that, Gary Trent Jr. just throws the ball into no man's land. I think he was expecting Scotty Barnes to cut out, but either way, keep your head up. He was nowhere close. Come on, my boy. Simons passes the ball to Covington. Hey, and we got another super chat going down right now. Tom Duke saying, "This is for you, sticking out the stinker. Ramaz called it. We are beating Charlotte on Tuesday." Hey, man, I appreciate you so much. Tom Duke, you're sticking it out with us, so you deserve some credit as well. Hey, man, win or lose, I'm always going to watch the Raptors play because I get to see moments like that where Scotty Barnes splashes his second three-pointer of the second half so far. If he can get the wheels going a bit, even if we get blown out, I'll be very happy that a rookie had a good game. Got to take the redeemers out of losing efforts as well. And I appreciate my guy Tom Duke dropping a super chat. Big time appreciated. Another legend in our community. And there we go. We strip Nurkic on the baseline. Siakam with the ball. He's trying to go end to end. Gary Trent Jr., give me the three. He misses it, and then we overshoot the offensive rebound. Portland, and then Nasir Little. Oh my God. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Nasir Little, I think, was one of those guys that throughout the college, or even before then, I think high school, he was a really big name. People thought he would be maybe an all-star in the NBA. And then Scotty Barnes just missing a three. Oh, he got robbed there. But yeah, Nasir Little got a lot of hype, and I think he was even a good player in college. I want to say he went to UNC, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He got hyped up a fair bit. Same with Simons. The Trailblazers have a few guys who are kind of childhood stars that are yet to fully solidify themselves in the NBA, but have some nice upside. And apparently Ellaby is a nice little role player too. He's impressed me this game. Siakam drives, kicks it down to OG, and OG gets blocked by Covington. Man, OG Anunoby, he's got to be a bit more deceptive when he goes to the rim. He needs a better layup package. That's he's gotten blocked so bad the past few games by different rim protectors. I mean, right there, Covington got him, but earlier it was Nurkic who rejected him. Last game it was... Oh, he got swatted last game. Who was it by? I love the tenacity. I'm always down for a guy to challenge you, to race him to the rim. I think that's tough. I like it, but right now it's not working out for our guy OG, unfortunately. Jeez, tough watch tonight. You can see I have Gary Trent Jr. to get 20 or more points. The Pascal Siakam double-double for plus 1,000 odds. I stand by saying that's a value bet, even though this game's turned out to be just a joke. But let me see. So the current box score update, bringing that to you right now. Chiefs and Bills are tied. I'm going to say go Bills. Drop a like spike, man, if you're Bills Mafia. I'm kind of part-time Bills Mafia, but I got to show love. I'm from Southern Ontario, so... I think we'll beat the Hornets as well, to also shout out that comment in the chat. But that's, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because right now we're laying an egg. And the box score, so Siakam has 5, 3, and 2. Double-double looks like virtually impossible for him at the moment. It's possible with the rebounds. Not really. I think I've missed this one, unfortunately. But if the Siakam double-double wasn't enough to make me miss it, hey, well, Gary Trent Jr. only has 4 points, and we are in the second half, and I need him to get 20. The bet is absolutely shot. Like, it's done. Rest in peace to my bet tonight. That was a bad miss, but hey, plus 1,000 odds, they're basically daring you to take those. Monte Cristo in the chat, cracking me up right now. And we still got like 115 people in here, so it's an ugly effort tonight, and we've gotten that like score up a fair bit, but keep pushing it. It helps me out so much. Drop a like on this video, get it re-recommended, all those good things. You are the best. And it looks like the play will be resuming here in a moment. We're coming back from commercial timeout. Jeez. 70-45. Man. This is tough. We've talked a little bit about potentially acquiring Jusuf Nurkic and what that would do for our team, what we'd be willing to give up. Apparently the Trailblazers aren't opposed to moving him. What do you guys think? I like Nurkic. I tend to agree with Tom Moreau here that, the Raptors do like centers that can press out on the perimeter and kind of, switch. Not be positionless, but be switchable at least. Nurkic is a guy you can exploit when guards get on him. You can get to the rim a lot faster than him, at least on the perimeter, right? I still like the idea of having a 7-footer, but I think if Toronto does go and get a 7-footer, they'll go for a younger, more athletic one. Nurkic is just like heavy set, old school, traditional big, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think you could use one on the Raptors. I just don't think he's like the perfect fit. He's kind of like, he's not a star, but he demands some money, and I don't know. I don't think it'll be worthwhile for us. And whoa, that's crazy. Nurkic slapping the floor right there, waiting for the rebound. That was weird. Did anyone else see that? Getting intense out there. The Bosnian beast. Scotty Barnes has it right now. Fred VanVleet setting a pick for him. Little reversal of roles. Fred VanVleet's got it. He's far out. Nurkic is on him. They throw the double. Simons. There we go. Ends up with OG. Covington presses out. OG and Anunoby just dribbling like out of bounds essentially. It's touched last by Portland, but we have 2.6 seconds left on the shot clock. This is useless. OG Anunoby needs to take way better care of his drives. Like it's, I don't want to like get in the mood and like insult our players. I definitely don't want to be that guy, and I also hate to be the guy that like, oh, I said so. But like OG Anunoby has so much work to put in as a ball handler, and I've been saying that even when he was at his highest level of praise. It's been gradual improvements. And Scotty Barnes knocking down the three. What's up to our rookie? He's got 3 3-pointers in the third quarter alone. He's come back out on a mission trying to catch up the score. Love to see that. But OG Anunoby, they need to padlock him in a gym. Oh, again, Barnes just misses. Oh, that would have been hype. You can tell Scotty's flicked the switch. He's shooting threes tonight. McCollum covered by Siakam. He's got the ball. Dribbling across the logo. Siakam. Great defense by Siakam. And then Little misses that. That's an air ball, and it's out off of Portland. Great defense by the Raptors there. Starting to see a little bit of a momentum swing. I always say it's a game of runs, but that run by Portland was just out of hand. Like, that might have put the game slightly out of reach. It fully did. We were down by like 34 points at half. But OG Anunoby from 3 gets it to go. Perfect. I'm going to keep talking garbage about OG so I can make him just absolutely go off. Because anytime I do that, anytime I call someone out, they just answer with big buckets, basically putting my criticisms to rest. We're going to do the reverse jinx here to get OG going. McCollum misses that 3, thank God, but it is rebounded by Covington, given to Simons, who shoots the mid-range J. Misses that. The Bosnian Beast gets it. And oh, man. Couple second chance opportunities there for him, and he cashes in the putback bucket. Fred VanVleet with it. Gives it to Chris Boucher, who shoots the 3. Just misses that. Rebounded by, who is that? Simons. Up the court again. Simons has it. Scotty Barnes coming out to the logo to guard him. Come on, Scotty. Forcing him to his offhand. Now OG's on him. Ooh, that's deadly, man. If you're Simons, you got to go OG to Scotty Barnes. It's a lot of length and athleticism guarding you. Simons drives, and Scotty Barnes. He's come out with some purpose this second half. Shooting threes, getting blocks, matching feet. Simons has been hot. And Scotty Barnes just the more athletic and prepared athlete there. Oh, damn, that was a serious rejection. Why didn't the Raptors bench stand up? Get out of your seat, man. That's a big play right in front of you guys. The energy needs to get lifted a little bit here for this team. And I apologize if I've been missing anything in the chat here. I don't think I've missed any super chats or anything, but the Raptors are turning around the play a little bit. It's 75-51. Nurkic shoots a 3. Thank God that didn't go, and is rebounded by Justin Rodman Champagny, who has now entered the game for Toronto. Fred VanVleet in the mid-range. There you go. Steady Freddy, getting right back to it. Hey, man, it might be ugly right now, but do me a favor. Help this man go to All-Star Weekend. Simons to Ellaby. And then, great block by Chris Boucher, and that's out off Portland. How can Chris swat his hand up court? The ball goes out behind him, and it's off of him last? No. I'm no physicist, guys, but I believe this should be. Oh, no doubt. Unless that was Fred's hand. I think that was Nurkic's hand. Yeah, that's an obvious call. Portland gets a possession back here, and then Siakam swats Ellaby. Great defense there by the Raptors. Not getting the benefit of the whistle, but still, controlling what they can control, and they get a big stop. Siakam backing in the post over Covington. Oh, that was a tough bucket. Pascal Siakam. Let me get the flames on for Spicy P. Playing bully ball, getting it dirty. 10-2 run at the moment. We're down by 20 points. 4:15 left until the fourth quarter. We're not dead yet. There we go. Simons misses the 3 ball. Siakam rebounds it. Siakam's got it. They're setting up a play here. Goes to Fred VanVleet in the corner. They didn't really get to set that up too clean, but VanVleet gives it right back to Spicy P. Pascal drives, falls on his back. Chris Boucher from 3 misses that, and what's the call here? All right, Pascal gets fouled. All right. That's not bad. Guys, the momentum is shifting. Drop a like on this video. Keep the good, positive energy going. Tom Duke saying if we could get it within 10, that would be awesome. It'd be huge. Monte Cristo saying the comeback is alive. I'll put on the flames for Monte Cristo. Getting the energy going. They said no one ever. Never mind. I just got trolled. But hey, the comeback seems more alive than it did when we were down by 34 points. The Raptors have answered in some ways. Is it a fully adequate answer? I don't know if you can come back from being down 34 points at halftime, but we've been responding with momentum. Obviously, the deficit is much less at the moment, but still massive relative to what. Macklemore just reminds me, Josh, shut up. Here, hold this 3-pointer. It's a 23-point deficit. Anthony in the chat saying, can they put in the bench, please? Yeah, we're still not seeing a ton of bench presence. I guess Nick Nurse still believes he can win this game, but Pascal Siakam using that offhand a little bit. I don't mind it. He's playing physical offense, gets the shove shot floater to go. Shouts out to the all-star hopeful Spicy P. Simons, great defensive pressure by Toronto. Pascal Siakam in the open court gets the dunk. There we go. The D to the O. The defense to the offense. It's fundamentals. That's how the Raptors are going to get buckets. Oh, nice. Fred VanVleet to Spicy P. There we go. Oh, that's the point guard right there. Gets the steal to the no-look assist to Spicy P, who slams it down. Oh, the Raptors are in a full court press right now. I like it. The intensity is high. We're down by 19. Simons misses that. It's rebounded by Barnes. Gets it to VanVleet. He's covered by Ben McLemore. Gives it to Siakam, who's covered by Covington. Pascal to Barnes to Chris Boucher. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, we are drunk off the bagged milk right now. The Canadian Chris Boucher knocking down the threes. Man, just absolutely chucking it with no remorse. And then, wow, Ellaby coming back with a tough layup. Oh, he's not bad. He's not bad at all. I don't know where they found this kid, but he's decent. Got me feeling like a casual. I don't know this roster right now, but hey, they've been taking it to us. But the score seems like... Okay, Marcel Martin saying, if we win, the Trailblazers are dog water. Marcel Martin, I got a news flash for you. The Blazers are dog water. They've been dog water. Dame Lillard does not want anything to do with that organization. He's loyal as they come, so he's trying to work it out there. But, you know, me, you, and Dame all know that it's a dog water organization at the moment. So I'm ultimately disrespecting Portland right now. I'm just saying, like, the record speaks for itself. They have a lot of talent. They can't ever get it to mesh. The team, like, you know, it's like super guard heavy. Then all of a sudden, you know, like, they got Nurkic, so they think that's enough. It's definitely not enough. They go on, like, one playoff run. It's just... It hasn't been adequate, but I'll get back to this rant in a second. We got Marcel Martin dropping another super chat. Get the animation going. It's a spicy takeover. All caps on the spicy, man. Pascal Siakam deserves to be an all-star this year, and right now, he's coming back. He's got the Raptors on his back, and they are storming. We had, what was it there? I believe we had 34 points in the first half, and we already have 30 in the third quarter. So, I mean, matching our whole entire scoring production from the first half of the game. The Raptors, they're into it. But is it a little too late? We'll find out. But I'm at very least happy to see them competing again and getting some buckets to go. Because we couldn't hit, like I said, the broadside of a barn in the first half. It was terrible. And then inversely, Portland was just knocking everything down. No Dame Lillard. No Norman Powell. Guys, let's convert on these. Barnes throws it to Anunoby. Raptors want to keep this going. They're only down by 16. A minute 45 left until the fourth quarter. Fred VanVleet from three. Misses that. And then, came close to getting the offensive rebound. Justin Champagnie was sniffing around for it, but Portland ends up with it. It's in the hands of CJ McCollum, the co-star to Dame Lillard, and also the head of the NBA PA. And then, who is that? Who's number 2 on Portland? Let me see. That is... Who is that? Is it Watford? Yeah, it is Watford. And they... Oh, Champagnie with a three-pointer. Man, I can't be having my face buried in the box score right now. Not with Champagnie out there jacking up threes. Knocking down a big one for the Raptors. And then Little has the ball. Ooh. Champagnie tried to contest that. Didn't end up on a poster or anything, but just overpowered. Wow, Nasir Little getting a big dunk there. Scotty Barnes with the ball. He's working on Watford. Pulls up in the mid-range. Kind of looked like Mike there, but misses. And then McCollum gets the rebound, brings it up court for the Blazers. He drives. OG's on him. Pulls up. Wow. Oh. Certified bucket there. You know, CJ McCollum's nice. I don't think you call him like all-star tier anymore, but when he's rolling, he's rolling. He at his best, he is still an all-star guy, but just consistently speaking. Him and Dame should honestly be able to do a lot more. But as I said earlier, I think that sort of speaks to how good the Western Conference has been over the past decade. It's tough. You have a team with a lot of star power that can't get anything done, but they're not the first, they're not the last. So yeah, 11.6 until the fourth quarter, 86-67 the current score. And guys, we have 130 people in here, so if you're watching this right now, drop a like spike. We're at 62 likes. Let's at least get that up to 70. Help out the channel. It's always appreciated. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Fred's covered by Little. Drives. Pulls it back out to OG, who shoots a deep three and misses that at the buzzer. Raptors not looking very happy with themselves at the moment. They cut into that lead big time, but and you know what? There's some relative hope of us winning this game. There really is. It's not completely gone, but 86-67 is that current score. So we're down by, what was that, 19 points? Okay, maybe, you know what? And when I say it out loud, it doesn't really feel like we have a chance to get back into the game. But when I look at how we just played and like the momentum-wise, it feels like we're right back in this. But the reality is that first quarter was so bad that, it's going to take nothing short of a miracle. We're celebrating a 19-point deficit, but at the third quarter, we scored basically as much as we did in the whole first half of the game. There's no denying that. That's a marked improvement, but it's just a little too late. That's the issue here. I was pulling my hair out in the first half. It was terrible. Got me out here looking like the bald Mamba Marcel Martin, but if you guys missed the hot take segment, I suggest you guys call in next time. We're having a ton of fun with it. I already have a couple people booked in to be the first guys to get a call space. Henry, if you're listening to this, you will definitely be on there. And I also had another guy call in or message me about calling in a couple days ago. But if you're watching this right now, just send me a message at next halftime, and I'll make sure to get you on. But thank you to everyone who's made that segment a ton of fun. Marcel's Minute's a classic. We got Magnetic's Mouthful too. Just the regulars piping up with their takes. One of my favorite moments from that segment recently was my co-host Zach Phillips calling in, sounding off on Eric Flynn. I know I mentioned it earlier this live stream, but seriously hilarious stuff. Still no Malachi appearances either. Justin Champagne's out there. We saw Delano Banton earlier. He did hit a three-pointer, but outside of that, he missed a three that was wide open as well. And Chris Boucher, it'd be a turnover on his part, but, he made a nice pass down to Chris on the baseline, and Chris just fumbled it. Chris is having a good game, but I don't know. Delano was sort of mid when he was out there. He did have a three-pointer, though, so I'll credit him with that. The three-point shooting is something that I think needs to consistently improve with Delano Banton, but he seems to be trending in that direction, so good to see the rookie get back out there at least for a moment tonight, and who knows what the fourth quarter will bring. But Nick Nurse, even during the craziest struggles of this matchup, seems to be opting for, his starters to stay in. That's a lot of faith. We'll see how far it can take him. Monte Cristo saying it's got to happen now. Hey, if there's going to be a comeback in this fourth quarter, you're right. It needs to happen early, and it's got to be like, with some decisiveness. Some vindictiveness. It's revenge time, baby. Watford on the perimeter. Boucher goes up. Oh, great block. Man, let me get on my Flames for the defensive play. Chris Boucher rejecting Watford there in the mid-range. Precious Achiuwa comes to set the pick. Anunoby throws it down on the baseline of Champagnie. Champagnie just stepped right out of bounds. I saw that from here. Come on, bro. 86-67. Dennis Smith Jr. brings it up the court. This guy was an absolute bust. Very athletic, but just not great at basketball. I feel like these are the clips that go viral when they're like, listen to this idiot streamer talking from the comfort of his home. Man, whatever. These guys are athletes being paid millions of dollars. I'm okay to say he needs some work, considering where he was drafted. McCollum, oh, no. No, hits the three-pointer. Got me sick. Champagnie for the corner three. Responds. Okay. This is an emotional roller coaster right now. We're still buried by 19 points, but let's see. Macklemore from 3. Okay, I'm not even going to celebrate the buckets anymore. Macklemore just responds to the Champagny three-pointer with a 3 of his own. Tick for tack. They are back up big. It's 92-70. Pascal Siakam misses the shove shot. It's rebounded by Achua, who's wrapped up. He will be shooting 2 at the foul line. Little helping him up after that foul there. That's some good sportsmanship, but, oh man, it's ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. And guys, we are at 66 likes. If you can help me push to that 70 mark, I don't need to tell you, it is always appreciated. Help me out. I promise, if we get to 100, I'll zip it. I don't need the like spike anymore once we're at 100. But guys, it's much appreciated when you guys show support. And Precious Achua missing his first free throw. Nothing can go according to plan tonight. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I always try to give the most optimistic takes possible because I rule nothing out. I do have faith in the Raptors, and I got to be positive. I got to be sensationalist. But right now, I don't have it in me to lie to my audience and say that I think this comeback is, even to this moment, right? This is the quarter that we couldn't. Monte Cristo said it in the chat. You got to go out right away. There's no time to waste here when you're down by 19 points. And as I'm saying this, Watford pulls up and hits a shove shot in the mid-range. 94-71 right now. Under 10 minutes left in the game. And then an off-ball foul here. I believe Siakam's drawing the foul, so the Raptors will be inbounding. It's Dennis Smith Jr. who has assessed the foul off-ball. Let me see the box score for the Trailblazers. Who has really hurt us tonight? So the leading scorer is McCollum with 19. He's got 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Kind of flirting with a triple-double. And hey, Delano Banton back out on the court. I'll see where this goes, but to say McCollum's flirting with a triple-double, that's generous. He's got a pretty balanced stat line, though. Simons with 11. Nasir Little, I'd say he's kind of been the story of the night for what's really hurt us. He's got 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, but he's gotten some big buckets, and he's been a big-time interior presence for the Trailblazers. But Anunoby's got the ball right now. Shoots a step-back 3. That's an air ball, but it's out off of a Portland Trailblazer. I think they're saying it's potentially a shot clock violation, even though it went out off of Watford. I guess we'll see. If we get the ball back, it'll be hardly with any time left. Yeah, literally, we'll have what? Maybe 0.5 seconds? Who could make a shot with 0.5 seconds left on the clock? OG Anunoby? You guys, the ones who know, no. Boston Celtics fans, no. But OG Anunoby, as much as he's had some huge moments as a Raptor, he's great two-way player. He's been frustrating me this past few games. And it's, it's my job to voice criticism. And right now, I think it's obvious that even though OG Anunoby's doing a ton for this team, especially on the back end, we had 4 steals last game. He's been solid, really solid. I don't think he should try to be a primary ball handler until I get it, it's not a championship or bust season, so expand, do all those things. But right now, I'm just getting a little bit frustrated with the quality of some of his takes. I just don't trust his pull-up game. I know people are gonna hate this, but let me see right now. And the answer is no. The answer isn't trade OG. He's 4 of 15 from the floor. If you're wondering, the answer is not trade OG. In no way, shape, or form am I going in that direction. I'm just saying, tell him to play off ball until he can really actually make some big time gains in the off season in terms of his ball handling, because it's it's costing the Raptors some pretty key possessions right now. But hey, I'd be lying to say he hasn't gradually improved. He definitely has. And then Portland brings it up the court. Dennis Smith Jr., he's got it in the mid-range, throws it over to Little, then it gets back to McCollum, who has been leading the Trailblazers in scoring tonight with Dame Lillard and Norman Powell out. And then Delano Banton climbing up and getting that rebound off the McCollum miss. It's in Van Vliet's hands now. He's guarded by Watford. He's got to get his dribble refreshed. Gives it to Banton. Kicks it back to Fred. Fred from 3. Misses that, and it's almost rebounded by Siakam, but Little has it. Yeah, Nasir Little's kind of been the X factor. Country Kong saying OG looked like a star in October. Yeah, I'm not denying he does have like that upside. One sec. Yeah, he did have that upside for sure. Like, I mean, even now to this day, he has his moments where he does perform like a star. I'm just saying, even at his best, I've never looked at his game and been like, this is someone you want, like, handling the ball a lot of the time. Even at his best, like, OG Anunoby could have a 30-point game. He plays his best basketball off ball. Tonight, he's tried to do a lot with himself at different times, and it's just like, it hasn't really worked out. The numbers speak for themselves. OG's my guy. I'm just saying. And I think that we just need to use him the correct way and lock him in the gym in the off season. But, I'm going to stop ragging on him a little bit. But right now we do have 120 live viewers. So guys, if you're watching this, lift the mood a little bit. Drop a like. Keep the good energy rolling. And hey, we're at 75 right now. That's good progress. Remember, I'll zip my mouth at 100 completely. But thank you guys to anyone who's liked the video, and thank you to all 120 people who are in here supporting right now. Dennis Smith Jr. misses his first one from the free throw line. I was calling him a bit of a bust earlier. Who was it that drafted him again? I think it was the Mavericks, and then he ended up on the Knicks as part of that KP trade. Yeah, I believe so. And then now Portland Trailblazer. Maybe he'll be one of those guys that figures it out late in his career, but he definitely looks bad by contrast considering where he was taken. Still one of the better athletes in the league. Gary Trent Jr. sidesteps, shoots the three, misses that, man. You're supposed to play great against your ex-team, but there we go. Pascal Siakam getting the offensive rebound. Banton, rejected by Watford. Wow. Guys, this is tough right now. This is tough. Mogwai in the chat saying bad games happen. Don't forget about the Suns and the Mav games, which the Raptors almost won. They are tired from being overplayed. They need rest, and Nurse needs to do better balance of the play time of his starters. There we go. A little bit of perspective entering the chat with that comment. I agree completely. Like, it's been difficult and hard to watch, but, in the greater scheme of things, this Raptors team, even if they lose tonight, which, right now looks like the likely outcome, you're still at a 500 record. You're still playing winning basketball. And, OG Anunoby fouled pretty hard there. Nothing incidental. Watford's trying to help him up and apologize, but OG's soaking one there in the paint. He'll be shooting too. 7:43 left in the game, and the score is 95-73. But I agree with what was just said in the chat. That was Mogwai for sale saying this. I agree. The starters are exhausted, and it's definitely apparent. And even right now, when the game's like feeling pretty well out of reach, Nick Nurse is not really willing to dive too deep into his bench. Svi Mikhailuk is glued to the pine right now. Justin Champagne's gotten in and had his moments too. I think all in all, even the bench needed a little bit of help tonight. Chris Boucher came in and contributed big time, but actually I shouldn't say that. Champagne hit a couple 3-pointers. It's been such an ugly game all around. But I agree. The exhaustion is definitely taking a toll on those starting five. Pascal Siakam hits his first free throw. John Rocket Station saying Heat up by 20 in the third quarter against the Lakers. Jeez, man. How serious are the Heat? I know I say a lot of garbage on this stream about the Miami Heat, but in all seriousness, where do we see them going? Where's the ceiling there? They got better with Kyle Lowry, and they were already a pretty solid team that at one point went to the finals. And I don't think they had a weird year. That bubble situation was odd. I got to say, I don't really believe the Miami Heat was a true contending team. Of course, they did go to the finals. They got pretty handily beat by the Lakers. But, it shows that they were right there. So getting the acquisition of Kyle, a little bit more experience. Tyler Hero's balling out. He's looking more like that the bubble hero that we saw. So Miami's definitely looking good. But what do you guys think? Are they contenders or pretenders? I'd say they're still pretenders, but it's getting pretty borderline. And the Russ slander's out of control. Just on the topic of the Lakers, because that's who they're facing. It's crazy. I actually feel really bad for Russell Westbrook. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a grown man who's paid to play basketball, and he makes millions, and he's a legend. So, Gary Trent Jr., there we go. It doesn't matter in the greater scheme of things right now, but hey, I bet on Gary to go get some points tonight. This is the team that traded him away. So I'm happy to see that. And then there you go. Portland misses that that 3-point shot. It's rebounded by Delano Banton. Fred VanVleet's got it at the moment. He picked up his dribble, gives it to Siakam. Siakam driving. Ooh, nice shove shot. That's been money for him recently. Absolute money for Pascal Siakam when he gets to that spot. Not missing at the moment. Okay, and hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm taking a look at the score right now. And okay, I think we just commit a foul there in the half court. That was kind of bad, but I'm looking at the score right now. 95-81. And there's just under 7 minutes left. Are we cooked? Yeah, there you go. 1-800-LUNATIC saying, getting out my $50 again. Oh, man. Me, Ben, 1-800-LUNATIC, and Magnetic are going to go. It sounds so bad. We're going to go absolutely throw cash to the homeless people if this happens because, we've been sitting here ragging our team throughout the first half when, if they come back and win this, not only, as Marcel said, will the Portland Trailblazers look like dog water, but, we'll need to do some sort of good deed because the gods are clearly on our side. If this is, the pay it forward kind of mantra. If the basketball gods allow the Raptors to win this game, I need to go do a good deed. That's the moral here. I give back anyways, but you guys get what I mean. We need to do something if the Raptors can come back here, but we'll see. I mean, anyone who wants to make a lot of money right now themselves, go ahead and put a money line on the Raptors. You could earn a ton if they came back. It'd be crazy. And we got 130 live viewers. So if you're watching this right now, drop a like spike on the video. Help get this thing re-recommended. Hey, Mystery brings up a good point. He's saying, you guys are still watching. Much respect. Yeah, man. Win or loss, we got an exciting young team. Even if I knew we were going to lose the game from the opening tip-off, which I guess tonight we almost did because we were trailing 61-34 at one point. Actually, it was even bigger of a deficit, but you get my point. This was a kind of a sickening game from a very early point, but I'm still excited to see Scotty Barnes splashing threes, Justin Champagnie getting threes, getting some rebounds. Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam both have very strong all-star cases, and even if we lose tonight, we're still at 500. The vibe isn't that terrible, but I say this, but then if you were to rewind this live stream in the first half, I look like someone had just shot my dog. It was terrible. But I was watching some difficult, sloppy basketball. We've cleaned it up. A little bit too late, or so it seems, but we have cleaned it up. I give the Raptors some credit for that. Oh yeah, Pascal Siakam's rebounding and assist number is way up. His field goal percentage up as well. He's scoring 2 less points a game, but that scoring is still above 20. Looking like more of a complete player, and I'd be willing to bet his defensive stats stayed the same if they didn't increase as well. York Baller saying nice little run here. Let's see where we can go with it. And guys, we have 80 likes. Help me out, man. Get me to 100. I swear I'll shut my mouth at 100. Simon's with it. He's covered by Delano Banton, who's still getting some minutes here from Nick Nurse. Oh, Fred VanVleet, great job picking off that entry pass. Amazing anticipation. That's just a smart veteran right there. Defensive flames are on. And then to the rack. Oh, wait. No way. Delano Banton. Let's see. Did that actually? That is a close call. That was about as close as the LeBron James block on Iguodala. It was right as contact was about to happen. But hey, the Raptors get the benefit of that call. I don't think it was the wrong call either. That's a goaltend, so the Delano Banton layups counts. And there we go. Covington misses that mid-range shot. Banton's got it again. Oh, Delano! You can't be wasting possessions, man. We just got over 5 minutes left. 95-83. That was a bad turnover. Bro, gotta be more careful with the ball in a situation like that. Just an errant pass. Simons pulls up in the mid-range. Oh, there you go. That's tough, man. Simons is having a great stretch of basketball right now. I wonder where his ceiling's at. People say like he's like an all-star in disguise. We'll see about that. Oh, Fred from deep. Oh! Okay, Van Vliet. How many points does my guy Fred have? Let me check. Pretty deep three-pointer for him. He's having a special season from 3. Siakam's got 20 points. Van Vliet now has 14. I think they added that three-pointer, but 14 points is roughly what he's at the moment. Ends up with Little, who gives it up to Covington, who jacks up a 3, and that looked money the whole way. He gets it. Van Vliet's got it now off the inbounds. Ooh, nice first move from Fred Van Vliet. Tries the no-look pass, but Covington with some great defense doesn't fall for it, swats the ball. And there we go. Attaboy Delano Banton. Oh, Fred Van Vliet's down. Oh, we get the alley-oop in transition, but someone help up Fred, man. Oh. Praying for Fred right now. He's walking back. The Raptors are full court pressing. 100-88's the score. 4 minutes left in this game. Guys, it's getting intense right now. Nurkic is fouled. Yeah, they got to evaluate Van Vliet here. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? We're getting the replay here on Van Vliet. He was hurt. Oh, was that it? Yeah. It was, yeah. So the knee there of Robert Covington. So yeah, he jumped to swat that pass, and as he jumped, his knee flew up into the midsection of Van Vliet. And Rokov's a big man. You do not want a flying knee to the rib cage from a specimen like that. So Fred Van Vliet, tough as nails. But late foul call there. The Raptors harassing Jusuf Nurkic when he had the ball, and we end up fouling. Damn, I didn't think that was a late call. OG Anunoby looks just puzzled. I mean, he always does, but yeah, not happy about that. I mean, good defensive intensity by the Raptors, but end up getting the whistle. All right, let's see. Nurkic at the line shooting 2. The first one misses. There we go. Ball don't lie, baby. Ice that boy. Nurkic gonna shoot another. Marcel Martin saying we always gotta fight back. Hey. Misses both. I love that. And oh man, the chat spoiled this one. I said down 10, baby. So I guess Siakam scored the Siakam. Yeah, he does. Okay. 10-point deficit. 3:40 left, guys. Hold on and believe. That's all I got to say. Hold on and believe. Simons almost throws it out of bed. Oh! No! That's not a foul. Oh, Nick Nurse can't believe it. Gary Trent Jr. looks absolutely beside himself right now. And after a great bucket there by Pascal Siakam, sending Little back to the free throw line, they're getting bailed out right now by the officials. 100-90 the current score. Trailblazers are in the bonus. Okay, hold on. Marcel Martin. Oh, but Little missing another free throw. And hold on, Marcel Martin dropping a big super chat here saying, it's not how you finish. And I'm going to finish this sentence for him. Or sorry, it's not how you start. It's how you finish. I ruined the super chat there, but shouts out to Marcel Martin pumping his motto, which, you know what? The Raptors have had some ugly first halves, but they fought back at some key times and gotten some W's. Let's see what happens here. Oh man, the chat's telling me it's a Gary three-pointer. I'm waiting for it now. I'm in that point of the game, guys, where I can't be looking at the chat anymore. So if I miss a super chat, I apologize. Gary knocks it down. I knew that was coming, but let's see what happens from here. I got to be dialed in on the screen. And we got close to 150 people in here. So if you're watching this, drop a like. Help get this video to 100 likes overall. We're so close at 83. It's much appreciated. Nurkic in the high post, covered by Anunoby. No. Dude, that's ball. That's ball. I swear to you guys know. I give the refs the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'll admit it. I didn't even think that that Caleb Martin and Tyler Hero deserved flagrants for what they did to Scotty. So you guys know that, like, I'm not too biased. I admit when the whistle benefits us. And I got to call out what just happened there. There's no way OG Anunoby put his hand on the ball. That was smart defense. And then now it's an and one by Nurkic. Sharpshooter in the chat saying, dang it. God dang it, man. This is tough. Let me look at the box score quick. So 24 points for Siakam, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So my double-double bet's like, I mean, not completely dead, but I'd still say kind of close. He would need 3 more rebounds. But shouts out to Pascal. He's 11 of 16 from the floor. 50% from the free throw line. Hasn't shot a 3 tonight, so it's good. He's not forcing anything. And he's got 1 steal and 1 block. He does have 3 turnovers and 4 personal fouls, but still, Siakam, I'd say, one of the few bright spots of tonight. Not the brightest. I mean, no one's shining that bright at the moment, but a big part of at least denting that lead and bringing it back to a 10-point deficit late. Unfortunately, we're about to have that deficit stretched out a little bit, but there's still a relative chance that we could win. When I say relative, I mean, it's relatively small that we win, but I actually don't rule it out. The momentum has been on our side. And if the refs weren't blowing the whistle so tightly right now, we would not be in this much trouble. Anyhow, moving on from that. So Siakam's doing well. Anunoby has 11, 7, and 5. 5 assists for OG Anunoby. Shouts out to him, sharing the rock. Let me see. He also has 3 steals and 2 blocks. It's an elite defensive night, actually. Oh, man, shouts out Anunoby. I know I've been criticizing his ball handling, which I think is deserved. I think we can expect a bit more out of OG, or just, have him play a different way that'll help him get more buckets, because he is, all things said, 4 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 3 from from the free throw spot. He's 1 of 7 from 3-point range. So, it's been ugly, but at least he's doing other things like playing defense and facilitating. Shouts out to OG. Gary Trent Jr., I had 20 points bet on him. He's at the halfway mark right now with 10, and he's got 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 3 of 14. A really bad return performance, or not return, but he's facing his ex-team that traded him away. This isn't the performance that he wanted. Barnes, he's got, in 30 minutes, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Another very balanced stat line for him. Wish that points number would come up a little bit, but hey, he's hit a few 3-pointers. I like to see that. And then Van Vliet, 14, 4, and 6. Boucher, 11, and 8. And then Achua, 3 points, 2 rebounds. And then Champagny actually has 6 points. He hit 2 3-pointers. So, there's some guys who had moments, but nothing too spectacular yet. Siakam misses the shove shot. They get back the offensive rebound with the help of OG. Fred Van Vliet thought about the 3, kicks it to Scotty Barnes, who's blocked on the perimeter by Rocco, but it's out off of Dennis Smith Jr. It's staying with the Raptors. Hey, we're at 87 likes, man. Help me get that up to 100. Appreciate you guys. Mike Kamina saying FVV losing his all-star bid. I wouldn't say so. Even this game, it's been ugly, but, at the moment, he still has 16, 4, and 6. It's not atrocious. And speaking of Van Vliet, getting it to go off the bank there. Like what I'm seeing at the moment. 103-95. 2:13 left in the game. It's not done, guys. It is not done. This is exciting. All right, let's see where we can go with it. I mean, could you imagine we walk away with a win tonight? It feels like we've been to hell and back through this game. So that would be remarkable. Monte Cristo in the chat saying, let's go, do it for the cause. We're about to go hand out cash to the homeless after this. A win for the Raptors would be a religious experience right now. And there we go. Thank God there was no call there. Raptors get the stop. Van Vliet has it, throws it to Scotty Barnes in the post. Scotty working on Simons, kicks it to Gary. Come on, Gary. Come on. There we go. Gary Trent Jr. coming to life. Better late than never. 103-98 with 1:40. Guys, who would have thunk? It's not how you start. And then, oh, Dennis Smith Jr. just going end to end. Kisses it high off the glass, and it just sits on the rim and falls in. That was a borderline bucket. Probably played as good a defense you could there. Happens. But Fred VanVleet jacks up a 3 to respond, and he knocks it down. Fred VanVleet, are you kidding me? Guys, the All-Star bid is still alive and well. And Mustafa saying it himself. Freddie All-Star. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and 6 Canada's getting cocky out here saying, say goodbye, Portland. And then we got Marcel Martin dropping a super chat doing what he does. And oh no, Simons hits one there. But Marcel Martin with the super chat, he says, it's getting scary with Gary on the 3. Former Trailblazer, you know he wants to make a statement. There's a hope and a prayer right now. I believe the score is 108 to 101. Damn, man. Simons hitting an important shot there from 3. People call him an all-star in disguise. I don't know what I think about that, but... Whew. All right, so Fred VanVleet has quickly climbed up to 19 points now. 4 of 15 from three-point range, but Fred VanVleet does have 4 steals and 1 block, so him and OG Anunoby having both elite defensive nights, despite, just having a horrendous performance from 3. Combined from three-point range, Anunoby and VanVleet tonight, they are 5 of 22. So that's really ugly. And then, but you combine the defensive stats, OG has 3 steals, 3 blocks. And then, yeah, Fred's got 4 steals, 1 block. So, like I said earlier, and they're actually both passing the ball a lot. I think combined they have like 12 assists too. So passing and playing defense, that's clicking for them. The 3-point shot, not so much. So let's see, guys. We have a hope and a prayer. That's what I will say. And we got 90 likes. 10 more likes until we're at 100 on the video. Guys, as soon as we hit 100 likes, I will shut my mouth about the like spikes. Help me get to that mark. I want to always try to do it while we're live, and you guys have helped me out so much so far, so thank you for that. It's always appreciated. And here we are. Siakam's going to inbound the ball. The Raptors get into their play. It ends up with Scotty Barnes, hands it right back to Siakam. Siakam to OG, to Fred VanVleet, who drives across half, wants the foul call, not going to get it. They're harassing Nasir Little, but they outlet the ball up court. Looked like they were trying to purposely foul there. Then Simons has it on the perimeter. Kicks it over. It's with Robert Covington. Rocco gives it to Simons. And then Gary Trent Jr. pokes it away from Simons, but it is out off of him. Staying with the Blazers. Hey, we got 101 likes. You guys are the best. Thank you. All right, let's see. 43 seconds left in the game. Simons from 3. Oh my God. Simons and Little. Wow. Both those guys just put the nail in the coffin right there. We're down by 10 points. Marcel Martin saying GG and Torres saying GG. It's GG's for sure, as Monte Cristo just piped up and said. Yeah, that's, they got us. They beat us. That's tough. You know what? It is what it is. There was some fun parts of tonight. It's so sad to say that one of the nice highlights tonight was Justin Champagnie going perfect from 3-point range. Let me confirm that. He was 2 of 2 from 3-point range and kind of showed up at a handy time. That was a fun part of tonight, but the first half was very far from fun. But we do have a super chat. Speaking of fun, and it's Marcel Martin saying the fact we almost came back and won shows we were just gassed in the first half and made all the right adjustments, but just too late. More and more these days, I am hearing some criticism towards Nick Nurse. And don't get me wrong, I think it's always important to question authority. You should never unconditionally just believe things. Faith in Messiah, I will say that, but even in that case, there is always a right to speak up and be like, I don't think you're doing that correctly. And clearly Eric Flynn has made his opinions heard by the public, and I assume Nick Nurse. People are definitely questioning him right now. And I think it's normal that with a young team, even the perfect coach is going to get some questions because guys themselves are trying to figure out how they're going to fit. It's a work in progress. It's trial and error. I'm certainly not on the fire Nick Nurse bandwagon or anything, but there's there's some people who are starting to very much so question his decisions on like a day-to-day basis. I'm not one of them, but I have been noticing it. I think he did come back and make the right adjustments at a halftime. I mean, clearly, we made this a close game that was once a 34-point deficit. Some sort of character, redeemer there, I guess. And then Siakam, off of the feed from Van Vliet, gets the bucket off that inbounds. He's stat padding now, trying to get into the All-Star game, both of those guys. He has 26 points now, and that is Spicy P I'm referring to. Raptors still in a full court press. Great job. They turn over Dennis Smith Jr., and there you go. Another assist to Siakam from Fred Van Vliet. Okay. All right. It's 111 to 105. I mean, we already all said GG in the chat. Let's see what happens here. And then, okay, I mean, Robert Covington misses that shot, but he will be shooting too. I think OG Anunoby might have just fouled out. He parks himself on the bench. Sharpshooter in the chat saying, notice how other teams do well in terms of making threes. It's funny because next to your name it says 40 years ago edited. Like, it almost makes it look like you were supposed to post the thing 40 years ago. I don't know. You see, my brain is just spaghetti right now after watching this game. But yeah, the Raptors have been struggling to make threes this season. Thank God for Fred Van Vliet. We're drawing up Steph Curry-like plays for him, but yeah, we haven't had a lot of consistency. And it's interesting, right? We do have a streaky group of shooters when you think about it. OG Anunoby, he's a very capable three-point shooter, but he's hot cold to say the least. Gary Trent Jr. Had a consistent start to the season, but now is looking a little bit hot cold. Fred Van Vliet's definitely consistent from three. You can always count on him to be willing to shoot 15 plus and for the most part make at least like 35%. Tonight was ugly, but you're right. I think that having more interior presence will help on the perimeter as well. You work inside out with it. Get more respect in the paint, open things up, more floor spacing. There's a lot of things this Raptors team could do to improve, but at the end of the day, we still are a 500 team, which feels pretty nice. And we're young, right, guys? It's unfortunate, but expected. Still very much so in that playoff dogfight in the East. Pascal from three misses that. The rebound comes out to Chris. Hey, Pascal just let Chris have that. And then Scotty Barnes, that would have been a very nice way to end the game. I knew we're losing. At least let Scotty hit the three. Come on, he already has three this game. Hey, man, but instead, Scotty Barnes, I believe, finishes with 9 points. So a little bit tame for a scoring line, but what was the final line? 9 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I'm telling you one day, I'm going to put on the hot takes animation. One day, Scotty Barnes will be the leader in franchise triple-doubles for the Toronto Raptors, and I don't think that time is so far away. Kyle Lowry has the record with 16 triple-doubles. I bet you that by the age of like 25, Scotty Barnes will have like probably double the amount of triple-doubles. Maybe that's generous, but I think he'll definitely be a big triple-double guy in the league. I mean, you look at Scotty's skill set, it makes sense. He's pretty much good for 10 points a night. He's a hard rebounder, one of the best rookies in that department, and he can pass the ball as good as a lot of guards in this class. Kind of a recipe for the triple-double, if you ask me, and we haven't set the bar too crazy high with our all-time triple-double record, even though respect to the GOAT Kyle Lowry, who will be returning to Toronto pretty soon. Unfortunately, he'll be in front of an empty crowd, I believe, or like maybe only like 500 people or something dumb like that. It won't be the full rockin' house that we want it to be, but I can't wait to see that video tribute and everything that'll come with the moment. But that's near off in the future. But for now, to recap tonight, Siakam, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 13 of 20 from the floor. Continuing to make that all-star case. Shouts out to Spicy P. He's been putting a lot of criticism to rest. Gotta make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat as well. I look in the chat, first thing I see is refs suck. I'm not missing anything. Typical Raptors fan banter. But OG Anunoby, 11-8-5. Gary Trent Jr., 13-0-1. Gary had a rough night. Scotty Barnes, 9-6-6. And then 19-5-8 for Fred Van Vliet. Having a late scoring surge. Some big-time assists there, too. Not a very efficient night from three, but hey, man, 5 steals and 1 block, and then and then OG Anunoby had 3 steals and 2 blocks. Hey, that's not bad. And let's see what else here. Chris Boucher 11 and 9, Achua 3 and 2, Delano Banton 5 and 4, and my guy Justin Dennis Rodman Champagny, in the words of Marcel Martin, did hit 2 3-pointers, pretty much back to back. 2 big buckets for the Raptors. I shouldn't say back to back, but in a very close range that helped the Raptors cut into a big lead. You know, it was just a little too late tonight. We're clearly the better team. The starters were extremely tired, as Mike Kamina in the chat is pointing out right now. I think Nick Nurse will learn to, like, you know, I think even he has a lot of self-confidence and assurance in what he's doing. But even at this point, I think maybe he will look to his bench a little bit more, because I think he realizes that, yeah, you got to play your top 5 guys if you're wanting to win. We're starting to feel the long-term, like, shell shock effect of it over a bunch of games. I mean, hey, it rewarded us at the beginning of January with like a 6-game win streak, but since then, fatigue's been an issue, and tonight was just like the most clear example of that. But I don't know. I don't think you can blame it exactly all on that. I mean, this team didn't have Dame Lillard or Norman Powell tonight. Like, this really shouldn't have happened, and this was going to be the revenge game anyways. We lost to Portland earlier this season in a game that I felt like, you know, we could have won. We're better than the Trailblazers, but hey, you know, they took it to us tonight, and I got to give them credit. Nasir Little was a thorn in our side all night. And I mean, and then Anthony Simons was the nail in the coffin completely. I mean, a couple 3-pointers there in that fourth quarter that just reassured Raptors fans that we were going to lose. We were throwing out the GGs because of him. But guys, I mean, you always make this a fun production. Win, lose, tie, whatever it is. You know, it's always fun. And hot takes to it. You should have heard Marcel Martin ranting like Stephen A. Smith. If you haven't heard it yet, rewind it. Go listen to everyone's hot take. They were a lot of fun today. We had Ramaz call in, Magnetic, of course. Ben called in, not Ben Rogers, but a different Ben who follows the channel. And he had some good takes, some really good takes. I thought he was like spot on with what he was saying about the Raptors at halftime. We need to get more and more people calling in. As much as we have our regulars that always talk, Marcel's Minute will always be what we open up with. We will look to incorporate more and more new callers. And you know what? I love the loyalty of people calling back, but guys, shoot me an Instagram DM at Josh D. Goodwin, and then we can, we'll hook you up to get on a live stream at halftime for the hot takes segment. I'm seeing someone in the chat saying Flynn can develop into a player like good Van Vliet. Okay, I actually, part of me does think that Malachi Flynn could still end up being a starting point guard in the NBA one day, because he has a really good skill set and we just don't use him. But that's definitely, hold on, let me play the hot take for you, because that is a flaming hot take. I don't know how many people consistently will agree with that, but that's a flaming hot take. And speaking of flaming hot takes, John Buchan in the chat saying, all capitals, Raptors won't make playoffs. Emphasis on won't. I'm going to say that's a hot take, my man, because I think they will. But tonight definitely made it look like we are not ready for that challenge. We're young, we're learning, trial and error, and I think Nick Nurse is coming back down to earth. His ego feels a little bit smaller these days. Maybe he'll be open to playing the bench a bit more. And I'm not meaning to take shots at Nick Nurse or anything. I have the ultimate respect for him. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NBA, if not the best. But right now, he needs to learn how to coach a retooling team, because he came into the league with a winning culture. And this is some of the biggest controversy we've had since then. I mean, it really started in Tampa Bay, but that was the reset button. We've gotten slowly better since then. We're still at a 500 record. But I'm excited to see where we continue building. I'm looking at my phone and Ramaz is DMing me, saying he can't with this team. He can't, guys. He wants to go right back to the lottery and get Chet Holmgren. But that's where I differ. I don't. I want to see some wins right now. And I think that this Raptors team will continue to deliver them. But hey, in the meantime, we'll see what goes on in the league and where the East keeps shaping up. It is competitive to say the least. And it is a bummer that we had such a stinker of a first half versus this Trailblazers team, which I think we are definitely better than. But hey, I'll see you guys next time we're on. You made this fun as always, despite it being a very bad loss, and I appreciate you guys showing love. I'm signing off.